Hello guys. So today's topic is Battle of Buxar, which was fought in 1764 between the British East India Company and the joint army of the Nawab of Bengal, Nawab of Oudh, and the Mughal Emperor. Now the Nawab of Bengal at that time was Mir Qasim, Nawab of Oudh was Shujaud and the Mughal Emperor was Shah Alam II. Now, as I had mentioned in my earlier video about the Battle of Plassey, which was fought in 1757 between Robert Clive led British East India Company's army and the then Nawab of Bengal, Sirajuddaulah. So in that battle, the Britishers won, and Sirajuddaulah was replaced by Mir Jafar, who was one of the commanders of Sirajuddaulah, who sided with the British. Now, over a period of time, Mir Jafar got involved with the Dutch East India Company, which didn't go too well with the Britishers, and so he had to be replaced by the Britishers with his son-in-law Mir Qasim. And Mir Jafar was paid an annual pension of rupees 1,500 thereafter. Now, Mir Qasim brought about some changes, so he was treating the British merchants and the Indian merchants equally, and no special privileges were granted to the Britishers. Then, to be independent, he shifted his capital from Calcutta to Midnapur Fort. Then he hired foreign experts to train his army, which was in direct conflict with the British East India Company. So these were the factors which led to the initial battle between Mir Qasim and the British East India Company in 1763. Following which, Mir Qasim fled to Oudh. So there he formed a confederacy with the Nawab of Oudh, Shujaud and the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II. Following this, the Battle of Buxar took place between the British East India Company led by Major Hector Munro and the Joint Army in 1764. In this battle, Mir Qasim ultimately absconded, and the Nawab of Oudh and the Mughal Emperor surrendered to the British. And thereafter, the Treaty of Allahabad was signed between Robert Clive, who played a major role in this battle, and Shujaud the Nawab of Oudh, and Shah Alam II, the Mughal Emperor. Now, after the battle, the English gained power in north of India. Then Mir Jafar was made to surrender the provinces of Midnapur, Burdwan, and Chittagong to the British. Then the Britishers were permitted for duty-free trade, except for some 2% duty on salt. Then, after the death of Mir Jafar, his minor son Nizamuddaulah was made the Nawab of Bengal, but the power in turn indirectly lied with the Naib Subedar, who could be easily dismissed or appointed by the Britishers. And the Treaty of Allahabad was also signed, which I mentioned earlier, between Robert Clive and the Nawab of Oudh and the Mughal Emperor. There were two parts to it. The first part, the one between Robert Clive and the Nawab of Oudh, Shujaud was made to cede Allahabad and Kara to Shah Alam II. Then he was made to pay a war indemnity of rupees 50 lakhs to the Britishers, and he was made to give full possession of his estate to Balwant Singh, the Zamindar of Banaras. Now, in the second part of the treaty between Robert Clive and Shah Alam II, Shah Alam II was made to reside in Allahabad, which was ceded to him by Shujaud. Then he was made to issue a farman granting the Diwani of Bengal, Bihar, and Orissa to the Britishers in lieu of an annual payment of rupees 26 lakhs. And the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II was made to pay rupees 53 lakhs in return of Nizamud functions, which were military defense, police, and administration of the provinces. So this was a summary of the Battle of Buxar, which took place in 1764. If you liked the video, please click on the like button, do share the video with others, and please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.